Good evening, everyone. This is Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures. So, I thought it's about time to do a drill with me. So, I have my light pad on. That's why it looks a little blue. So, forgive the light. But, as we all know, with these drill with me's, at least I sit here and listen to people talk while I drill. So, hopefully, what's on the screen does not really make a difference. My thumbnail shows what we're currently working on, which is a llama for a coworker friend of mine. It's 35 colors, it's 40 by 50 centimeters. Just like I've said in the past, that's my favorite size to work with. It's manageable. I feel like you get quality details unless there's faces involved. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Right now I'm working on his plaid shirt. So I just want to bring you up to date. I know you haven't heard from me for a while. I want to thank everyone for subscribing. I'm so excited. I never thought that I would get to where I am now on this subscription. So just thank you so much for those people that are dedicated. I'm at 98 subscribers. My goal hopefully is 100. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I wanted to give a little bit of an update on my life and what's been going on. Things have been very busy. My daughter, as I've mentioned before, is on a traveling soccer team. We are now, I think, doing soccer 4 to 5 days a week. And thank goodness she is an only child. That's the only reason we are able to do what we're doing. Number one, it's super expensive. I don't know if you guys out there have kids in sports. But it is very expensive, and it's also very time consuming. So, for instance, Monday night, I get off work, but my husband goes and picks her up from after school care. He then takes her, she's a goalie, so he takes her to goalie practice, and then she gets home by 8 o'clock. Hopefully he's fed her at some point, or she's packed a dinner, on the way there. Then after that, she gets home, she showers, we double check her homework, which she should have done at the after school care, and then she's in bed. And then Tuesday, I get off work at early. I actually have flex time because I work late on Mondays, so I get off work early. I go pick her up after band practice, then we go to soccer, and then my husband has made dinner of some sort or something's in the crock pot, and we check homework, and she takes a shower and goes to bed. And that's just kind of our week right now. So when it comes time for me to sit down and diamond paint, I'm exhausted. So I'm not used to running around, and my job is emotionally exhausted. I work with torture survivors, with refugees. And so their resiliency and their heart keeps me going. But the emotional stability and mindset that it takes to not cry and to not weep with them, but yet be empathetic and be caring, but yet be support for them, is beyond, like, I don't want to call it stressful, because it's not stressful. It's just heartbreaking and really, really hard. So I need self-care, hence diamond painting. But when you're too tired to diamond paint, that doesn't really work. So I think it's just like our kids go through. I think it's just me getting used to the new fall schedule. And so I feel like I haven't been able to diamond paint. Also, I wanted to spend my time with my husband, and in order to do drill with me and videos and diamond paint, that takes away from him. So that's kind of an update on my life and where I've been. So another update is our freaking shower, okay? So the other day, I was laying on the couch, my husband was sitting next to me, and I look up, and our family room's in the basement, and I look up and I'm like, hey, that ceiling tile has a watermark on it. And he's like, oh, that's old. I was like, no, I think that's new. Like, we don't have a ton of watermarks on our ceiling tiles. And he's like, oh, I'll check into it later. So the next day, he tells me that he came downstairs to check on something and noticed the ceiling tile was completely wet, like grayed out. And when he touched it, it was wet. And when he poked a hole in it to release the tile, just water drained out everywhere. Thankfully, it was a couple inches away from the entertainment center. So that was saved and the TV was saved. But now we have a problem. And it ended up being our bathroom, our main bathroom on the main floor, which is what we all use because we don't have a master bath. What we all use for showers and stuff. The shower drain had not exploded, but the joints, I don't know if they disintegrated or if they weren't kept well together. Anyway, the joints weren't working, and so all the water was gushing out of 3 separate joints in this pipe. Now, side note, my husband and I are in the process of adopting, and our bathrooms are the only rooms in our house that have not been remodeled, and our main bathroom desperately needs it. I'm not even going to go there. It's embarrassing. I kind of don't like having people over anymore because of our bathroom. I just feel like we can't make it look clean. Like, I clean it and I clean it and I clean it and it still looks dirty. It's got the like Formica type flooring and it's all bubbled along the edges where it runs against the wall and the floorboard and the bathtub, and you know, the porcelain on the bathtub has all worn away, so there's like black little circles around the drain. Just, I don't know. Anyway, sorry, side note. So in a couple months, we're getting our bathroom redone. We've got to go through the financing and everything, but we're getting it redone so that when we receive our adoption placement at some point, I don't know when, we're on the waiting list, I don't have this fear of our infant child or toddler as they're growing up being in that tub. You know, my daughter right now, she takes showers, so I feel like it's a little bit cleaner, so to speak, to not be sitting in it, even though I clean the bathroom all the time. So we're sitting there and we're thinking to ourselves, we do not want to get a plumber because it's going to cost $60 just to get the plumber to come out. Then it's going to cost money to get the part, and then it's going to cost money for him to do it. And we're sitting there going, it could easily be $300 to $500 for this silly pipe. Now, my husband is an amazing handyman, but the one thing he doesn't want to touch is plumbing because of how detrimental it can be if you don't do it right. And I totally respect that. But he was willing to give it a try. We don't have really any friends that are in plumbing. We did a Facebook plea. Nobody was, biting on that. So meanwhile, he's like, go ahead, still take showers. He wrapped it in it was just kind of leaking. It wasn't gushing. And so he wrapped it in a towel and he put this big cooler under it so that when it did leak, it would leak into the cooler. Well, the more you shower, the more that's going to accentuate, or I can't think of the right word. It's going to make the problem worse. So my daughter showers after soccer, right? And I'm in the basement. I can't remember where he was. I think he was out on an errand. And all of a sudden, it's like, instead of drip, 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 it's like gushing water. So she finishes, and the water just keeps gushing and gushing and gushing, even though the water's off, because the tub's draining. And just double check, am I doing this right? 9:38. Yeah. So this is why I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Who invented these drill with me's when we're trying to think of where to put things, right? Especially in confetti mode. So anyway, the water is gushing, gushing, gushing. She gets out, she comes downstairs, she's saying goodnight to me, and the water's still gushing, gushing. And I'm like, oh gosh, I really hope that this cooler does not fill up before he gets home. I don't know what to do. So I had another trash can that I could switch out just in case. Excuse me. Pardon me. So yeah, it ended up stopping, and then we put the kibosh on taking a shower. So that means, where do we take a shower, right? Are we just gonna stink? No, we can't do that. And so we have a second bathroom. It's off our family room here in the basement. You've seen bits and pieces of our family room, where my craft table is right now. And we normally use it as a toilet and a sink. You know, if you're watching a movie, if you're down here watching TV together, you just quit, go to the bathroom, wash your hands type of thing. The shower part is literally cedar block, like those big, huge 80-pound blocks that have the shiny paint on it, similar to what our high school locker rooms had, sort of thing. And I don't think we've used it in 12 years. We've been in the house for 14. I don't think we've used the shower in the last 12 years. We've actually, I think it's about 4 feet by 3 feet. It's got exposed pipes. It's got the knobs on it, similar to what you have outside with your garden spout. They're like orange covered rubber knobs. So we actually use it as storage for cardboard boxes. So at Christmas, we can just go in and find a cardboard box, or the big cardboard boxes that we have lifetime warranties on things. So like we bought a Dyson vacuum cleaner a long time ago, and we have that box. Or we have a stand-up fan we have a warranty on, so we kept the box in case we have to send it back. So those kind of things. So he emptied that out. It's got a cement floor. And anyway, that's the bathroom we were using for the last couple days. And so today, my husband had the day off, and I'm so proud of him. He fixed it after days of trying and using different couplings and different tools. What's hard is it's in the ceiling, so being up on a step stool and then having your hands above your head, it gets pretty difficult. So I'm really proud. And so yeah, that's kind of what's been going on this last week. We survived it, and hopefully it's gonna hold. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm one of those people that once something breaks, I'm just so scared it's gonna break again. Not because of his workmanship, but just because of my fear and it being an older house and such. So yeah, that's the updates of Jennifer and her family. So let's see. I have a tag that I was going to go over tonight because my brain, as you can tell, is all over the place. I'm just thankful to be talking to you guys and being back with the community. I've missed you all. And Donnie on her channel, she tagged me for this tag. It kind of sounds weird, tag on a tag. And I know it originally started with, I believe it was Stitcherista, and she tagged Donnie, and then Donnie tagged me. So that's kind of where we're at. I will try to talk and find these confetti things. I'm having a lot of difficulties because I can't find them. Like I'll think that they're done, and then I'll put the color away and start another color, and then I'll see a whole bunch that I missed. Does that ever happen to you? I mean, it's happening more than normal on this particular piece, and I don't know if it's just because I'm tired and I'm not in the zone of diamond painting, if that makes sense right now. So if you see me go back and forth, that's what's happening. Or if you hear me grr, that's what's happening. So anyway, so this tag is called 35 Random Things tag. Okay, so number 1, do you like blue cheese? Absolutely not. I love cheese itself. But I'm one of those, I like the harder cheeses. So like extra sharp cheese, things like that. I do like a good Gouda. I know that's not hard cheese. Don't worry about correcting me. But blue cheese, no. And dressings, side note, dressings, I've never eaten dressings. People at restaurants look at me extremely oddly because they'll say, do you want dressing? And I'm like, no, thank you. I like it dry. And they're like, well, how about dressing on the side? And I'm like, no, I don't do dressing at all. So, yeah, no blue cheese. Coke or Pepsi? This one's interesting. I grew up in a Pepsi family. So my dad is Pepsi all the way. When we did my college visit back in the day, my campus was a Pepsi campus. So when we walked into the cafeteria and he saw the Pepsi machines, now see, there is one that I just put away. That's frustrating. And there's another one. So he was all for it. And I used to be a Mountain Dew addict. I jokingly but not jokingly say that I've been Mountain Dew sober for, I think it's been almost 3, maybe it's 2 years. 2 years now? 2.5 years. I've had a Mountain Dew from time to time in the last 6 months or so. But I was drinking almost 2 liters a day, and it was controlling my life. Like, I would have to plan the night before to get up early so I could stop at I just saw another one. Where did it go? So, oh well. So I lost my thought. Mountain Dew. So I would have to plan my day and go make sure that I woke up early or make sure that I ran to the store and grabbed some 20 ounces cans. I would stop at a gas station, Speedway if you know of it, and grab, a 32 or ounce, and then after I would have 1 or 2 glasses for dinner. It was ridiculous. Like, I was wired all the time. I don't know how I did it. So I switched. I didn't go off of caffeine, but I switched to cherry Coke. Now, I like Pepsi better than Coke, but I like cherry Coke better than cherry Pepsi because I feel like Pepsi's already super sweet. So if you add the cherry to it, to me, I'll still drink it, but it's sickening sweet. So now I can drink like a can a day of cherry Coke. And that's kind of when I'm stressed. I just like a cold Coke. Cherry Coke, sorry, not regular Coke. But if I had to choose Coke or Pepsi, it would be Pepsi. And if I had to choose cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi, it'd be cherry Coke. So, do you own a gun? No, I do not. I know how to shoot. I would love to own a small gun once my daughter's a little bit older, down the road. Not for safety. I would always keep it locked up, no bullets inside, but I just like to go to the shooting range, just for fun. And so I think it would be cool. I can't really afford to own a gun right now. There's so many other things I'd want to do. So, yeah. What flavor Kool-Aid? Anything red. So watermelon, strawberry, cherry, limeade, cherry limeade, anything that's red. I think fruit punch is my favorite go-to Kool-Aid. Definitely not orange and definitely not grape. I think it's because growing up I had such bad allergies that was the medication that I had to take every day, and it was just sickeningly sweet. And so anything that's grape or orange, I stay away from. So popsicles, Kool-Aid, suckers, you name it. If it's grape or orange, I do not take it. What do you think of hot dogs? I'll eat them. You know, I don't eat them a lot. I like a good chili dog from time to time with lots of cheese. I more like it for the cheese. I'll eat them at like when we go to baseball games. If I do buy them to grill out, I will try my best to buy the all beef ones. I don't know, it's just a psychological thing for me, even though I know there's not really any big difference, but that's, here nor there. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure in this section, did I get all of these? Favorite TV show? It really depends. I know that's what everybody says. It ebbs and flows depending on my stress level. So I love a good thriller, a good mystery. However, if I'm super stressed, I then default to comedy. So, Big Bang Theory, I really enjoy that. My husband and I are watching Big Brother right now. I used to watch House. I was really upset when that stopped. I also used to watch The Mentalist, and I was upset when that stopped. I do watch Sherlock, not Elementary, Sherlock on BBC. I wish there were more of them. Let's see, what else do we watch? I don't laugh, but I really like Golden Girls. I'm an 80s girl, and so my parents used to watch it. I never did back when I was younger, because I was always in bed, but now I watch it. My daughter called it Golden Grandmas for the longest time when she was, 4 or 5 years old. Mommy's watching Golden Grandmas. So that was cute. I really like that. But that's like my de-stressor I listen to before I go to bed, or if I'm sick, I'll put it on so I can be in and out. I pretty much have it memorized. From time to time, we watch NCIS, but ever since some of the characters left, I think my husband and I are on season, I don't know if it's 8, 9, or 10. I don't know, but we're, it's not Xena, but right before she leaves, so I heard that she was leaving, and I'm like, I can't finish this. And I have a bad habit of doing that. If I know something's coming to a close, I don't watch the last episode, because that means it's over. For instance, Downton Abbey. So I have yet to see the last episode of Downton Abbey. And I know it's been over for a couple years now. So I do need to watch that and close that chapter. So yeah, that's kind of a little quirk of mine. I'm trying to think. There aren't any we don't have cable. So we have Netflix and Hulu. Trying to think if there's any current shows we watch. I like The Blacklist. and Madam Secretary. So again, all these drama type things. But if I've had a hard day, then I default to Golden Girls or something like that. Favorite movie. Okay, so my favorite movie in college of all time, back when VHSs were around, was Sleepless While You Were Sleeping. I probably watched that 1,000 times. My tape actually started messing up. I do like Big Fat Great Wedding. I do like movies like Blindside. Let's see. I like Big Fish. I don't know if anybody's seen that. When that first came out on DVD, I watched it every weekend. I'm a big Avengers fan. So all the Avengers movies. Now, I'm not a person who knows all the ins and outs of everything. I just enjoy actually watching it. So forgive me if I don't know everything about them. I'm really excited about it up and coming in 2019. I won't give anything away, but I've got to go see it. I haven't seen Ant-Man yet, the second one, but I heard it was good. I really liked Black Panther. Is that what it's called? I probably totally got that wrong. I'm sorry if I did. But yeah. What do you drink in the morning? I drink coffee. I have to have coffee. I actually come in and make a pot of coffee in my office. I work for an organization, and my office I have a Keurig with a craft, and so I come in and I make the coffee so I can have it, and then so my clients, if they want coffee, can have coffee. And I always know when my clients are comfortable with me, because when I first see them, they don't want anything to drink. They don't want any of the candy I have in my dish. They don't touch any of the little fidgets I have. They sit there. And all of my therapy, I would say 90% of it is done through interpreters. So there's 3 of us in the room usually. And so not only do I have to build rapport with the client, I have to build rapport with the interpreter and help the interpreter build rapport with the client so everyone feels safe. And I can always tell when a client starts to feel safe because they will start to play with the fidgets or the toys I have. They will take some of my candy as they leave the room. They will ask for coffee, those kind of things. So that always makes me feel good when they do that. So I like to make sure I have it. I don't take cream in my coffee. I take it black. I don't take sugar. I used to drink it black with sugar, but then why add that extra sugar? So yeah, that's what I do. Can you do a push-up? No, I can't do a push-up. I used to be able to. I used to be very into sports, but I don't know. I just let myself go. So that's that. I am so sorry. I'm yawning. Maybe I should change my channel to the yawn channel, because every time, I know, Brandy, you have the throat frog. I know some other people have some little things, but I yawn. I don't know why. So forgive me. Favorite piece of jewelry. I like to wear necklaces and I like to wear earrings. I'm not a big bracelet fan because I'm on the computer or I tend to play with it or it catches. So I used to work for a anti-human trafficking organization, and we had boutiques that sold product, and our headquarters was connected to one of the boutiques. And so I have a lot of product made by rescued women of trafficking. And so I like to wear that and just rejoice in their story. So yeah, that's that. Favorite hobby, Well, I love diamond painting, obviously, or we wouldn't be here. I really enjoy reading. I used to enjoy crocheting, but I have really, the arthritis, even though I'm only in my 30s, has picked up in my thumbs. And I went and got tested for rheumatoid arthritis because my father has it really bad. And they said I don't have it, but it gets pretty bad. Just a second, let me find what I'm looking for. 647. And my stitches are so tight, even when I'm relaxed, that I can't crochet more than half an hour. So I have tons of yarn and different things, but I've taken a sabbatical from that. And then since I found diamond painting, I haven't had time yet because I still am very good. This is like my number one hobby right now. I also love to color. So I have a lot of markers, a lot of colored pencils, adult coloring books, which I think is really funny because I used to work, like I said, in a human trafficking organization for over 10 years. And anytime I hear the word adult, I think of like adult videos, things like that. And so when I say adult coloring book, it just feels weird on my tongue. I think I'm just crazy. I'm crazy. That's all there is to it, guys. All there is to it. There's a mosquito here. Oh my goodness. Do you have ADD? Actually I don't, but I felt like I did. At my previous job, I've been at my new job for a year now, this August. Yay, so excited. But my previous job, the last 2 to 3 years, I could not do, because of how much my workload was, I could not do anything for more than 5 minutes. I was always interrupted. So I'd be trying to type a letter and somebody would be at my door with a crisis. I would be trying to do something else and then somebody would be at my door or my phone would be ringing. I was getting 300 to 400 emails a day plus 14 to 15 voicemails on top of my actual job, on top of the therapy I was trying to do for the survivors. It was not a good work environment as far as workload. And so I think I was at the point where I could not read more than 5 to 10 minutes without going and saying, oh, I got to do the dishes or I got to do this. And I did not realize how bad it was till I had this new job. And so once I started this new job, I now can sit and read. I remember when I read a full chapter and I was like, honey, I was talking to my husband, I just read a whole chapter. And he looked at me like, so? I was like, no, you don't understand. It has been years since I've been able to sit and read a full chapter. And so I'm not ADD, but that job lent itself to those. So please, if you notice that you're changing because of your environment in a negative way, just bite the bullet. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth giving up your time and your life. So yeah, that's my little soapbox. Do you wear glasses? Yes, I wear glasses. I'm not wearing them right now, which is probably why I'm having trouble with this confetti. My glasses weren't made right. I got new glasses about 6 months ago, and I just haven't had time, guys, to go. All my time is after they close, like after 6 o'clock, and they keep sliding off my face. They're too long behind the ears, and so when I'm diamond painting, if I look down, they literally almost fall on the diamond painting, and so I just give up. And I can see, but it takes me a little longer to focus. Favorite cartoon character? I used to like Tweety Bird, but that was in high school. Now, I don't even know what the cartoons are now. I was trying to think. I do like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I like, I'm trying to think. I guess I like movie cartoons. I don't really have a cartoon character. I read Garfield in the comic books, but I didn't really watch Garfield on TV. I'm trying to think of what other cartoons. I do like things like, just came out and just left my brain. What's it called? The Incredibles and like Monsters Inc. or different things like that. Right now, I don't think I have a specific cartoon. I did love Tom and Jerry growing up. They were amazing. I watched them a lot. Yeah, I wasn't into things like Animaniacs or, I mean, I watched it because it was on, but it wasn't my fave. 15, we're getting there. 3 things you drink regularly. Well, we talked about coffee. We talked about cherry Coke. I drink a lot of water. Now, since I'm off of Mountain Dew, I have this thing where I cannot drink my soda without drinking the same, if not double, the amount of water before I can even have my soda. And then after that, I drink a lot of water. That's just how it is. So those are the 3 things. Current worry right now probably has to be finances with the adoption. And we have to make this family book, and I've been putting it off, and I need to finally make it this weekend. Enough's enough. I need to just do it and turn it in. I don't know why it's taking me so long to do it, but my current worry is it's like the bathroom and the finances of fixing the bathroom and the adoption and things like that. I've got some student loans that we're trying to pay off, and yeah, it's not horrible. I mean, I've had worse. Another big worry, but I try to put it out of my mind, is my dad is really sick right now. He's in remission for a type of leukemia, but it's a type that you're not really in remission with. It affects the white blood cells. Your white blood cells don't die. And so after his chemo and radiation, it killed the overage of white blood cells. And then basically they just wait until they grow back to a certain level, and then they tell you you're no longer in remission. So that's not the big thing, because they told him he was out of remission a couple months ago, but then he went for more blood work, and it's a miracle. They said, we don't know how, but your white blood cells have gone down, and they're down so low that we technically, you're in remission. And so that was a praise, but then something is going on with his heart, and he can't have the surgery he needs because of the way his heart developed. It's like not a normal way a heart is. Like the valves go in a unique way. And so the surgery they have doesn't work on the way my dad's heart, is functioning. And so the medication they have him on is extremely dangerous, and he's in AFib all the time. And so I just really worry. And my parents are 6 hours away. We see them 4 to 6 times a year. I talk to my mom a lot. But yeah, that's a worry. Current dislike. I don't know. I'm really trying not to be negative. I can say I have a pet peeve. My pet peeve is with driving. People who don't use their blinkers or who drive 10 to 15 miles below the speed limit. I guess I just don't like people who don't know how to drive. And I've really changed my perspective because I work with clients who are learning how to drive and the culture, but still it irks me because I just feel like if you don't know how to drive, then you shouldn't be on the road, you know, or if you are at a point that you don't have the fast reaction that you need, then it might not be a good idea for you to be on the road. But that's me. That's my opinion. Favorite place you like to be. So I don't know if it's like my bed type of favorite place or if it's, you know, Alaska type of favorite place. But my favorite place to be is anywhere that doesn't have mosquitoes. I hate those things, and I commend anybody. I love camping if it weren't for mosquitoes. I can deal with ants, I can deal with spiders, I can deal a little bit with snakes, but gosh darn it, those mosquitoes, I get eaten alive. I can be bathed in that DEET bug spray, and I'm still the one that they come and get. So, I don't know, my favorite place to be. I think it's just with family, you know, wherever family is. I really love my family. We are so blessed. I'm blessed by great in-laws. I'm blessed by my parents. I have an amazing daughter. I have an amazing husband. So yeah, I think it's wherever family is. I don't know if that's a cop-out, but it's the truth. How did you bring in the new year? To be honest, I don't remember, and that's not because I was drinking. Let's see here. Christmas was with my parents. I believe it was with my brother and sister-in-law. But the reason I can't remember is this year or last year, one of us got sick and ended up staying home. And I can't remember if it was this year or last year. So I want to say it was last year. I want to say we rang in the new year with my brother and sister-in-law. Where would you like to go? I'm actually really excited. My husband and I are celebrating our 50th anniversary. 50th. Oh my goodness. Praise the Lord for those who are the 50th. It's 15th. 15th anniversary in September. However, because of our schedule, we cannot go on the trip that we want to go on until March. So, Stitcherista, I don't know if you watch my channel, but thanks to you and 3 other people, we will be going to Arkansas to Eureka Springs. Before I started watching Stitcherista, I had several other people comment about Eureka Springs and how we should try it out, based on our likes and dislikes and things they know about us. And then when Stitcherista started talking about, Danielle in there started talking about that's where they went for their wedding and started explaining the different things, I then went on the website and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to go check this out. How cool would it be? So we're from Michigan, and our 5-year anniversary, we went to, because I was pregnant with our daughter. She was born in October, so I was 8 months pregnant. So we wanted to stay close to home. So we went to Traverse City, which is about 3 hours from where we live. And then for our 10-year anniversary, we splurged and went on a 10-day Mediterranean cruise. So we got to go to Italy, which was on my bucket list, and see Rome and the Tower of Pisa. And we went to Monte Cristo and just a bunch of places in France and Italy and Spain. So this year, because it's our 15th, I thought, let's do something fun. I really want to go to Niagara Falls as well. So those were our 2 options. We were going back and forth, and we finally were like, well, it's going to be really cold to stay north, and we don't have any time with soccer. right now because we don't have family in town except for my brother and sister-in-law, and they have 3 kids. So we don't have anyone to watch our daughter if we go away. So that's why we are doing it in March. It's over spring break. She can go stay with grandma and grandpa and not miss school, and we can have a good time in a treehouse. So yeah, that's the 2 places I'd like to go. Name 5 people who should do this tag. Well, I'm going to check YouTube channels right now. So I'm going to tag Isabella's Moments. I'm going to tag Preschool Teacher. And I'm going to tag Grace with GB Maltese. And I'm going to tag Jess S. And I'm going to tag Crafty Tina Lynn. So those are the people that I'm going to tag for this. All right, I have my iPad off to the side, so that's, I wanted to see. All right, 22, favorite color, that's easy, green. Anything green. I'm even wearing a green shirt right now. A lot of my diamond paintings, they have green, which is why it was funny, All the Best People Are Crazy, the Mad Hatter I did was very red. So when I was done with it, I felt like I had to do something green, and then I felt kind of trapped into the Minnie Mouse that you guys have seen, because I had to get that done for a gift, and then this is a gift as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can buy frames for this gift. If you saw my video with the pink roses sitting on a chair, the aquas and the teals, and then this. So I'm hoping to get frames for these 3 this weekend, and get them out. Let's see here. 23, do you like sleeping on satin sheets? No. 24, can you whistle? Kind of. Like, I know how to, and I know how to make a noise. I can't do the 2 fingers in the mouth, the loud whistle, those kind of things. Where are you now? I am in my family room at my craft table. Number 26, would you be a pirate? No. I don't like taking from people. Pirates seem to be dirty. I like to be clean. Yeah, I don't want to be stuck on a boat. Favorite food, love pasta. So lasagna is my favorite food, my mom's recipe. I like, there used to be this garlic chicken Alfredo with broccoli at Olive Garden, but they no longer have it. So now I always get confused when I go there what I want. So I just stick with soup, salad, and breadsticks most of the time. Yeah. Last thing that made you laugh, my daughter, tonight we were catching up on America's Got Talent, and she decided to do her own talent, which was jumping and twisting over the dog and falling on the couch, and she was cracking herself up so much that she couldn't even talk, and that made me laugh. So my dog has made an appearance. That's what the big boom in the background was. Favorite animal? I love elephants. This new sale that's going on, I keep looking at elephants to possibly buy an elephant diamond painting, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't found anything I really love. Sorry, I'm trying to get through these really fast because I've been taking so much time. Most recent injury? I haven't really been injured. I think it's mostly like stubbing my toe or ripping a nail. It's been quite a while. How many TVs are in your home? Technically, I'm sorry, it used to be 2, but 1 was unplugged. We have 1 TV. Let's see here. Worst pain ever. I would have to say the worst pain ever, and I've had a lot of pain, is when I had my tonsils taken out as an adult, because I have such a high pain tolerance that that pain medication doesn't work. And so when they would give me the Vicodin, but it was in liquid form, it didn't work. And so basically I had no pain medication, and it was, 7 to 10 days of your throat being exposed after surgery. So I would say that was the worst pain ever. We're almost done. So 33, do you like to dance? Not really. I don't dance at weddings. I really don't like it. I'm the person who's sitting on the side eating wedding cake rather than dancing. Yep, that's me. Party pooper. 34, are your parents still alive? Yes, they are. We just talked about that. And I'm sorry, that was 34. And number 35, do you love life? Of course, I am thrilled about life. I'm so glad to be here. I enjoy talking to each of you and seeing where life takes me. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So how about you? I'm going to put the tag in here. If you want to do the tag, I would love to hear from you. I didn't get much done, but like I said, my brain's not in it right now. I can only do one thing at a time. So once the tag started, I think the diamond painting was history. So I'm going to let you guys go so I can enjoy some diamond painting. So until then, have a wonderful evening, and DP Addiction Adventures with Jennifer will return soon. Be blessed.